So it's good we have a group here. We are, it's what, April 2nd, Thursday, almost the end of week 3 of all of this mayhem. And we have some new people on today, which is exciting. Rob's parents, can you please tell me your names?
My name is Elaine.
Elaine and Bob. Okay. I should have known that, but all right. So Elaine and Bob, I would love to hear from you. You saw a little bit of the tapping yesterday, but I'd love to hear from you what emotions you're dealing with right now, and if there's anything you'd like to work on, or if you'd rather just kind of hang out and watch, because I'd love to tap with you if you want to work through something.
Not physical, emotional things from.
Yeah.
Because I
about coronavirus specifically.
Disappointed to know that we're closing all the schools now. For the year, and that's going to be awfully difficult. Like our, two grandchildren, one graduating from junior high and the other from high school. Rob, Molly, and all of that canceled. It's just sad for them.
Yeah. And how strong is that sadness that you feel? Sadness and disappointment? Like on a scale of 0 to 10, if you could give it a number.
Oh, okay. I'd say 7.
Okay. All right. And do you have a sense of where you feel that sadness and disappointment in your body? Like, do you feel it in your chest or your belly, or is that not something you're like?
And usually my neck holds my tension. Perfect.
Have you ever tapped before, Elaine?
No.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give you a little brief intro to it. We won't spend too much time talking about how to tap. I'd rather just tap. But basically what we're doing, and for anyone watching after the fact on the recording, you can get the benefits by tapping along with us and repeating the statements that I say, even if I'm not tapping with you directly. So you get benefit. It's called borrowed benefits, and you get benefits even if I'm not mirroring exactly what you're saying. And what we do is we focus on an emotion, and we're tapping on different meridians of our body, the same things they use in traditional Chinese medicine or acupuncture, a lot of the same points, but instead of using needles, we're going to tap. We're going to be tapping on different parts of our head and our arms. So I'll show you what the different points are. And the way it works is that we're sending calming messages to the stress center of the brain as we talk through these negative, distressing emotions that we're feeling. So this isn't going to be a positive platitudes kind of session. We're going to be talking about the sadness and the disappointment in a lot of detail. That's the way it works. That's the way it sends messages to your brain. So for anyone watching, think about what you're sad or disappointed about. There's lots of things to be sad and disappointed about right now. And Elaine, as we start tapping, if I say anything that doesn't quite resonate, I'm going to be saying something as you, like it's call and response. So I'll say, I'm sad and disappointed. And then you'll say, I'm sad and disappointed. But if I say something that doesn't resonate, you don't need to repeat it. You can say, that's not quite right. Or you can just repeat back to me. If I say, this is the saddest I've ever been in my whole life, and you're like, it's not the saddest I've ever been in my whole life, then you can just say, I'm pretty sad. Or you can say, Jill, that doesn't quite sound right. For anyone listening, tapping on your own sadness and disappointment, if I say something also for you that doesn't resonate, then please say what does resonate for you. And then for Abby, as you're listening here, you've done this before with me, but you can just repeat whatever you need to repeat. So the tapping points are here. It's called the karate chop point. And then you go to the top of the head, the inner corner of the eyebrow. So like right where your eyebrow meets your nose, the side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, the chin, and then we do the collarbone. So if you go to this notch right here, and you go down an inch and over an inch, so it can be either side. And while you're tapping, you can use either hand, you can use both hands, it doesn't matter. I tend to use one hand. So I like to use my fist to get this point here because it covers more surface area and I don't have to think like, ooh, am I at the right spot? So I like to do this. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, however you want to do it. And then the last spot is under the arm where your bra strap would be if you were wearing a bra. And it's coronavirus. We have a lot of like garments that are optional these days. I've seen so many videos of people like in their jammies and stuff like that. So you want to tap here, or I like to tap it with the side of my wrist, or you can reach across and do it like that. So whatever is more comfortable for you, depending on your shoulder mobility. And then we go back to the top of the head again. So that's how we're going to do it. And if you're ready, we can just go ahead and get started. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
All right. And then
I apologize. I have to leave for a phone call.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, when you come, if you're able to come back, we can tap on something for you too once we're done with Elaine.
Okay. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thanks for the class. All right. So Elaine, let's start with this karate chop point, and we do something called a setup statement, which we're going to repeat 3 times, and you'll just repeat after me once I'm done talking. Even though I'm disappointed and sad because schools have closed for the year.
Even though I'm sad and disappointed because schools have closed for the year.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though I'm sad and disappointed because schools are closed for the whole year.
Even though I'm sad and disappointed because schools have closed for the whole year.
I accept and forgive myself exactly as I am in this moment.
I accept and forgive myself exactly as I am in this moment.
Even though I'm sad and disappointed that schools are closed for the year.
Even though I'm sad and disappointed that schools are closed for the year.
I love and accept myself completely.
I love and accept myself completely.
Top of the head. I'm sad.
I'm sad.
And I'm disappointed.
And I'm disappointed.
My granddaughter doesn't even get to finish high school in the regular year.
My granddaughter doesn't even get to graduate with her class from high school.
And that's sad.
That is sad.
That's a big rite of passage that she doesn't really get to have.
That is a big rite of passage.
And they'll probably find some way to celebrate.
Probably just later, I guess. They'll probably find some way.
But it's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
And when I think about all these kids at home with their parents.
When I think about all these kids at home with their parents.
And all these parents at home with their kids.
All these parents at home with their kids.
It makes me really sad.
It makes me really sad.
All these kids are missing out on a normal school experience.
All these kids are missing out on a normal school experience.
And it's extra strain for the parents and for the teachers.
And it's extra strain for parents and teachers.
And the kids are missing out on this social experience.
The kids are missing out on their social experiences.
And all their extracurriculars.
And all their extracurriculars.
And maybe even some kids aren't going to be able to get scholarships because they're not doing their spring sports.
And maybe some kids aren't going to be able to get scholarships because all the sports have been canceled.
So that makes me sad.
It makes me sad.
All the sadness.
All the sadness.
So many things are changing.
So many things are changing.
So many things have been canceled.
So many things have been canceled.
So many experiences are lost.
So many experiences are lost.
And that makes me sad and disappointed.
That makes me sad and disappointed.
All this sadness.
All this sadness.
I'm sad that the schools are closing.
I'm sad that the schools are closing.
I'm sad about the teachers who have to change how they do everything.
Sad for the teachers who have to change how they do everything.
Okay, so let's pause and take a deep breath in and out. And so now's the time that we check in every few rounds. So how are you feeling, Elaine?
Still sad.
Still sad. How strong is the sadness right now?
About the same.
About the same. Okay. Did anything else come up that you're sad about, or any other thoughts or insights or aha moments?
Well, the distancing with not seeing your grandchildren, especially, but our kids too, and then your friends.
Yeah. Anything else come up? Any other emotions other than sadness?
Well, it's getting lonely.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And are y'all at the lake house right now, or are you at your
No, we're at home, and this is the first beautiful day that we've had The sun's out and it's going to go up to 60.
Oh, good.
We're
Good.
walking all day.
Okay, good. So you can get outside a lot more. Yeah, it's like I'm in Atlanta, so it's full on springtime here, and it has been. But I can't imagine if it had been like
Oh,
snowy and cold.
that's really hard.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, how strong is that loneliness on a scale of 0 to 10? Is that stronger than the sadness?
Oh, no.
Okay,
No.
okay, just a little hint of it. All right, well, let's keep tapping. I'm sad.
I'm sad.
I'm missing out too.
I'm missing out too.
I don't get to see my grandkids.
I don't get to see my grandkids.
And I don't get to see my kids.
I don't get to see my kids.
And I don't get to see my friends.
And I don't get to see my friends.
And that makes me sad.
It does make me sad.
It makes me a little lonely too.
It does make me lonely.
Everything's different now.
Everything's different.
And we've been trapped inside.
We've been trapped inside, mostly.
The weather's just been cold and awful.
Yes, the weather's been cold and windy.
And that's just making it even more gloomy.
It is making it more gloomy. It's pretty today.
And I just feel sad and disconnected.
I just feel sad and disconnected.
I don't even remember what my old life was like.
I don't even remember what my old life was like.
I miss seeing my kids.
Missing my kids.
And I miss seeing my grandkids.
I'm missing my grandkids.
And I don't get to have a social life either.
And I don't get to have a social life either.
And it makes me sad.
It makes me sad.
All this sadness.
All this sadness.
All these kids are missing the end of school.
All these kids are missing the end of school.
And I don't get to see my friends and family.
I don't get to see my friends and family.
And that's just really sad.
And that's just really sad.
And there's not a lot I can do to change that.
No, there's not a lot to do to change it.
All this sadness.
All this sadness.
I feel so sad.
I feel so sad.
All right, let's pause. Take a deep breath. So what came up for you that time?
I am really grateful that we can go out more. That's going to help an awful lot.
Okay. And you're in Michigan, right?
Yes.
You're Detroit?
Yes, Dearborn, Michigan.
Okay. All right. So I feel like I remember my days in Chicago, and I always thought like, oh, it's April. Like, it's going to be good. And I was like, no, it's not. It's still snowing.
Yes.
But yeah, so you're definitely going to be able to go out more. Good. Any other emotions come up, or insights, aha moments?
Well, I'd rather feel, since we're of the age that we are, 75, it feels like it's really taking time away more and more.
Like it's going to be harder to get this time back.
Oh yeah, we're not getting the time back.
That's powerful. And is that a sadness feeling as well with that?
Yes.
Okay. How strong is your sadness right now?
Oh, that would definitely be an 8.
Okay, so the sadness seems to like it's gone up even since we started.
Probably because now I feel teary.
Okay, good. So tears are a sign that emotions are moving through. And so there's nothing to be embarrassed about, nothing to try to stop or anything like that. They're really good. And they're a sign that this is working. So what we're doing is we kind of peel back the layers of the onion, and it's like, oh, I'm sad about the school kids. And then it's like, yeah, and about my life. And then it's like, crap, I don't have, like this is my life. It's happening. And I can't, so it's kind of letting these bigger, deeper issues come to surface. So a lot of times your emotions may get stronger before they decrease a little bit. So if you have tissues nearby, if you want to grab some, or
I think I do.
okay. All right. Good. All right. So let's keep tapping.
Okay.
You can take a moment. Okay.
That's okay.
I'm sad.
I'm sad.
I feel like I'm 75 and this is taking time away from me.
I feel I am 75 and it is taking time away from us.
And this isn't like, oh, just a blip in my radar.
No, this isn't a blip in the radar.
I feel like I'm missing out on time with my family.
I feel like I'm missing out on time with my family.
And I'm not going to be able to get that time back.
Not going to be able to get the time back.
My kids and grandkids have the whole rest of their lives ahead of them.
Our kids and grandkids have the whole rest of their lives ahead of them.
And right now I'm feeling like I don't have that.
Right now I'm feeling like I don't have that.
Every day counts.
Every day does count.
And that makes me really sad.
And that makes me really sad.
All this sadness.
All the sadness.
How much more time are we going to lose?
How much more time are we going to lose?
How much longer can we take this?
How much longer can we take it?
I'm missing out on so many things.
I'm missing out on so many things.
And the people I love are missing out on so many things.
And the people I love are missing out on so many things.
And there's just so much sadness.
There's just so much sadness.
All the sadness.
All the sadness.
It's making me feel teary.
Making me feel very teary.
Because this isn't just another 2 months for me.
This isn't just another 2 months for me.
This has a bigger impact in the rest of my life.
This has a big impact on the rest of my life.
And I'm really wanting to take advantage of every day.
And I'm really wanting to take advantage of every day.
But there's so much that I'm missing out on right now.
But there's so much I'm missing out on right now.
All this sadness.
All the sadness.
All these missed experiences.
All these missed experiences.
All this missed connection.
All this missed connection.
Okay, let's pause again. Take a deep breath. What came up for you that time?
I feel like I'm loosening up a little, which is nice.
Any other thoughts come up or other things you're sad about?
That pretty much encompasses the big part of the sadness.
Yeah, that's like really real. And that's you're the first person that's tapped on that with me. And that's something that's hitting close to home for me as well. Because my parents are your age and
Yeah.
pretty major, you know? Any other new emotions coming up other than sadness?
No, I think we're dealing well. I mean, it's not personally tragic.
Yeah.
In our lives. I mean, we have a lot to be grateful for. It's funny when your children get older, if you have children, you get to our age and you think, that really went fast. But then when you have grandchildren and you see how fast they grow and mature, and it's like, it's amazing. That I think that's why I'm so sad about not being able to spend time with them. That their personalities change, everything.
Yeah. Well, now you guys have figured out Zoom. So you can connect that way. How strong is the sadness right now, would you say?
I'm smiling, so I'm doing better.
Good. Can you give it a number?
Oh, I think I'm down to 5.
5. Good. Okay.
Our daughter has, our daughter has Zoom, and it's her son's 16th birthday on Saturday. So we're going to have a virtual birthday party with the family.
That's so nice. My boyfriend's boss's kid had his 21st birthday like at home with his parents, like at the dinner table, partying it up. Like he's, it's just those big milestone birthdays are kind
21. I know the big birthdays are.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, let's keep tapping and see what comes up. I'm sad.
I'm sad.
And even though this isn't personally tragic for me.
And even though this isn't personally tragic for me.
And we're doing okay.
We're doing okay.
Still really sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Time goes by fast,
Time goes by fast.
and we're missing our kids and grandkids.
And we're missing our kids and grandkids.
We're missing these milestone moments.
We're missing milestone moments.
And even though we're doing our best to compensate,
Even though we're doing our best to compensate,
it's not the same.
it's not the same.
And now that I'm at this point in my life,
Now that I'm at this point in my life,
it just feels like I want to grab a hold of all of it and slow it down.
feels like I do want to grab a hold of all of them.
I just don't want time to go by this quickly.
I don't want time to go by this quickly.
But I'm also ready for this coronavirus stuff to finish up.
Yes, quite ready for this coronavirus to finish up.
All this sadness.
All this sadness.
Molly doesn't get to have a proper graduation.
Molly doesn't get to have a graduation or a prom.
And I feel that sadness for her.
And I do feel that sadness for her.
I want her to have that experience.
I really would love to have her have that experience.
And I want her parents, and I want to have that experience there with her.
Yes, we're really planning a big time.
And so there's a lot of things that we're having to grieve right now.
So there's a lot of things that we're having to grieve, and they do too.
And we're all grieving together.
We're all grieving together.
And there's just a lot of sadness.
And there's a lot of sadness.
A lot of moments lost.
A lot of moments lost.
All this sadness.
All this sadness.
So much sadness.
So much sadness.
Okay, let's pause. Deep breath. What came up for you? How are you feeling?
A little energized.
Okay. Tell me more.
You make up things to do that aren't, like, I think I'll go through the 50 years of crap that I have stored in this house.
Yeah.
Because that'll really take up a lot of time. And then you start going through photos or letters.
Oh.
It's like, wait, I don't think this is helping. So I just you should see the shelf over there. But things I've taken out, and I'll get to those today. So maybe I'll get to those today.
Good. Okay. And I have to say, I mean, I've been talking to my parents more than I've talked to them in a long time. So and I feel really connected to them right now in a very different way. So there's something about this that's like really real. This is like a very crazy time that brings us together in different ways than we expected, but still there. How strong is your sadness right now?
It's getting better. I'd say 5.
Okay. Last time you said it was a 5. Does it still feel like it was before, or do you feel like it's?
Oh, it's easing. I'm getting more energetic as we tap.
Okay. Are you able to give it a number?
I guess 4.
4. Okay. All right. Let's keep tapping.
Okay.
There's a lot of sadness right now.
There's a lot of sadness right now.
And when I didn't want it to, time is crawling by.
I didn't want it to. Time is crawling by.
It seems like I'm missing so many moments with my kids and grandkids.
Seems like we're missing so many moments with our kids and grandkids.
But each week seems to be crawling by.
Each week seems to be crawling.
Each day seems to be crawling.
Each day seems to be crawling.
And I have all these projects that I've started that seem like too much to take on.
I have all these projects that I've started that do seem like too much to take on.
And I'm missing out on so much right now.
And I'm missing out on so much right now.
But I'm starting to feel a little energized.
I'm starting to feel a little energized.
And I'm also grateful for the fact that the weather's getting better.
I'm also very grateful for the weather getting better.
And I'm grateful that my family is still really healthy right now.
Oh, I am very grateful for that.
And I'm grateful for the other ways that we've started to connect.
I'm grateful for other ways that we've connected.
On some level, we're having this massive shared experience.
On some level, we're having this massive shared experience.
And we'll all have this this time in our lives to look back on.
We'll have this time to look back on, maybe hopefully be more grateful.
And we'll know that we all went through it together.
We'll know we all went through it together.
So we're missing out on a lot.
So we're missing out on a lot.
But maybe there's some things that we're gaining as well.
But maybe there's some things we're gaining as well.
And I'm feeling some of this sadness leaving my body.
And I'm feeling some of the sadness leaving my body.
And in its place, I feel grateful.
In its place, I feel grateful.
And in its place, I feel energized.
And in its place, I feel energized.
And time will pass as it always does.
Time will pass, it always does.
And the question is, what am I going to do with this time?
And the question is how to do something valuable with this time.
And what are some ways I can connect with the people I love?
And what are some of the ways I can connect with the people I love?
And how can I connect with my own gratitude?
How can I connect with my own, what was your?
Gratitude.
Oh, gratitude. Yeah, that's necessary.
And the weather's getting better.
The weather's getting better.
So I have all the sadness.
So I have all this sadness.
But there's some joy in there too.
There's some joy in there too.
There is some shared human experience in there.
There are some shared human experiences in there.
And it makes me have even more love for my family.
And it makes me have even more love for my family.
It kind of makes the small stuff seem less important.
Definitely makes the small stuff seem less important.
And I have the sadness.
And I have this sadness.
And that's okay for me to be grieving things that are lost.
That's okay to be grieving things that are lost.
But I am feeling a release as well.
I'm feeling some relief as well.
All right, so let's pause, take a deep breath. How are you feeling? What came up for you that time?
I'd say focusing on, it's just so easy and so fast to go to the negative feelings. So I think it's better to keep working on the ones that really, the quality of our children and grandchildren.
Yes.
I'm thinking of writing them letters because they already think I'm old, you know, so. But my one granddaughter said, yeah, I don't know how to read cursive.
It's real. They don't.
But it'll be sort of like a little present through the mail.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, I love that. Letters are so special.
Oh.
And you know, the thing that's cool about tapping is it allows us to process the negative so that we can then make room for the positive. Because if we just like squash the negative, it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't give us the energy. But it's important that we have a way to process the negative emotions, because otherwise it just feels like you're going through the motions, but not actually feeling it.
No, because we're kind of taught that. Mm-hmm. Some of us when we're young, you know, don't complain, you know, don't think of such sad things, or, you know, so you feel a little more guilty when you're saying I'm really sad.
Right. And it's human. It's just human to have all these emotions. I just worked with someone who was telling me she feels burdened by having to take care of her kids right now because she's barely able to take care of herself. And her brain started to correct that, but I'm like, no, you're feeling it, and that's legit. So if we pretend that we're not feeling it, that's when it becomes a problem, you know? So how strong is your sadness right now, would you say?
I don't know that I'll get down to 0.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to carry some of that, I think, for a while.
Okay, all right. But what I really love is that you were even early on starting to connect with gratitude Starting to connect with how well you're dealing with it, that you're not having to deal with personal tragedy, which is great. And that you're feeling energized to take care of stuff in your house, to write letters to your grandkids, which is adorable and makes me like want to cry a little bit, but in a good way. So I think that's beautiful. So much stuff has come out of it because you've had this outlet for your sadness. So it's okay to feel sad. And the sadness, the thing is with these big complex emotions, in 20 minutes, I can't tap all your sadness out of you, but how sad are you feeling about their school? How sad are you feeling about not seeing your friends? Like there's different things to feel sad about. And typically what we do with tapping is we'll work on one thing in particular that you're sad about. And then when you tap through those, then most of the sadness will kind of fall away. But there's a bit of a longing and there's just reality. Tapping doesn't change what's going on, but it can change our reaction to it and how we move forward. Well, how are you feeling now?
I'm fine.
Would you write me a letter? I want a letter. Maybe we can be pen pals.
Can you read cursive?
I can. I can also write cursive.
Oh, good. You are old. A lot older than I thought.
I'm 42.
That's our youngest child is older than that. But
awesome. No. Well, Elaine, you did great. Is Bob still on his call?
I guess he is. He went out to the kitchen to make it. I can't see him.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if you want to drop in on these sessions anytime, please just drop in. Anything comes up, the sadness gets stronger again. But you did amazing. Thank you so much for
so much. And you're pretty like your sister.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we tend to take after each other.
I can see that.
I had been wearing makeup every day on these sessions, but I just yesterday was like, I'm going to do some yoga, and then I'm going to do this session in my yoga clothes because
good.
It's coronavirus, so why not? We're all at home anyway. But it was so lovely meeting you, and feel free to join anytime.
Okay, thank you so much, Jill.
Okay, bye, Elaine.
Bye-bye.